Alright, it's time for Through the Mist Part 4. It's a 4-day sequence so far. The Sunwheel and Mount Kanna. So whether you're here to help Rue or finish the commission, it's time to head to Surumi Island once more. They make it sound like this is the last time, but honestly, it might not be. I know how these things like to continue. I like how they're time-gated. Unlike the Asa Shrine one where it was like tiny parts, this one has like half an hour to an hour worth of content each time, and it's super amazing. And to not like get tired of it, and it helps for like content creators as well to not like burn out. The way that they put it right now is just, this is the way it should be. Excuse me? Don't mind me, Hilly Trills. Oh, right, before we forget again. Every time, you know what it is. You know what we need. That's right. Another one. We be speedrunning this. Everything is blood red. Who dat? Is that Kama? It is. Kama, what are you doing here? The situation looks rather grim. Yeah, the sky's looking all strange and stuff. This Surumi Island is about to be destroyed, and then everything will start again. Ah, that's the thing you talked about yesterday. However, it seems that things are even more serious than when I came here previously. Perhaps it's because you destroyed those perches. The name of the child you're trying to help, it's Rue, right? If you want to break the cycle and free Rue, now is the time. That's why I'm here to help. Did Miss Sumida ask you to do it? No, I've come here on my own accord. What? You're volunteering, Kama? I don't know why either, I just feel like I should be here. How should I describe that feeling? Alright, it's like this. Perhaps I simply find it intolerable, shameless for me to play the fly on the wall as you boldly step into Surumi Island. Perhaps I believe that even illusions have feelings, and so I would do ill in allowing them to suffer in this cycle. Or perhaps I simply think that I might help Rue by breaking this perpetual ocean of fog, and in fulfilling the wishes of my ancestors, I shall be freed from the history that binds me. Huh. Ama, since when were you so eloquent and loquacious? Loquacious? I don't even know. Yes, Lady Sumida did speak these words. When I told her that I would like to help, she suddenly gained a spark of inspiration. I did not understand what she said, but I believe that since Lady Sumida said so, then that must be how things are. That sounds like her style, alright. Still, Paimon thinks yesterday's events have probably made Rue too angry to talk to us. I know, Lady Sumida said that in this manner the bloodline spanning millennia shall... Can we get to the point? We shall. I believe that Kama, that is to say, I, can speak to him. Huh. There is a very strong resemblance, yeah. Rue did also mention that being able to speak to those illusions weirded him out and worried him. So being able to talk to you should cheer him up, right? But where do we find Ryu? You know, he did mention those trees. Oh, you're right. Wakaku, Oina, and Altake. He did mention that these places wouldn't be hit by lightning under these circumstances. And those would be his hiding spots where he'd wait out the storm. Well, let's get going then. Let's start with Wukaku Shawl. Kama seems pretty enthusiastic today, huh? Indeed. The weather's getting worse and worse. Is this also caused by the ley lines? Yes, they must be reenacting the storm that destroyed Surumi Island. According to Lady Sumida, her plot setup says that the local lines will reproduce the wail of the Thunderbird at these times. Perhaps this might... I can't do it. I tried. I really tried. Begone, thunderstorm. So I guess we'll go to this one on the left side first, Altake Plains. Oh no, we have to go in order. Wakaku Shoal. Actually, I haven't even been there. This is my first time, I think. Ooh, actual lightning strikes. And these ones happen often. Oh my gosh. They're trying to destroy Raiden. Help! Ward it off with this. Huh? Oh! Can't get me if I'm in the air. But, bitch. So the storm really doesn't reach this place. But there is a big, massive guy right there. Big guy. Very big guy. But Paimon doesn't see Rue anywhere either. Rue! Come on, Kaima, you try. Alright. No, not like that. We're looking for something more like, Rue, it's Kama, where are you? Rue, it's Kama, where are you? Dot dot dot. Still no response. Oh, Paimon's getting worried. Still, why is there no thunder or lightning here? We could try using the power of the feather. Yeah, that's worth a try. Since Rue said that it's one of the Thunderbird's feathers, we might get some reaction. I see. Use the feather on what? On the bird? What's up? Right here? I don't get it. What am I doing? I don't oh gosh. Well, here we go. Not like we have a choice. I'm still trying to learn this combination of characters.
It's nothing. Your life is mine. Give up. Shine down. Fire hazard.
It's very hard for me to use this.
Offensive retreat. Billowing surge. Hold the line. Don't waste my time.
Okay, here we go. It's over.
Give up.
You know, I'm sure if I destroy this guy too, the chest will finally be open, so I might as well get him.
There is no escape. Fuse is lit.
There we go. Maybe that'll keep them from ever showing up again.
Will we find any firework materials in here?
Oh, it makes enemies appear.
Shine down. Rest and rebuild. It's nothing.
Well, they can't get me behind a shield.
Your life is mine.
What a bunch of scrubs. Oh no, another one? I just dealt with you.
There is no escape.
Break that shield. First and foremost.
Here comes the fireworks.
Oh, it missed.
It's nothing.
Lame.
Give up. Illusion shattered.
A feather. Another feather. Touch the feather. Oh, what's this? That looks like a feather. Oh, really? Touch the feather. Whoa, be careful. Certain emotions surge forth. You see an island blanketed by fog beneath you. You hear the voices of tiny lives that dwell there with ease. Boars, humans, squirrels, lizard animals. I couldn't read it. Damn it. Rem! Hello? What happened? Oh, you know what? This actually kind of reminds me of the Division Ambition. That was close. You were just frozen in a spot back there. Feather be gone. How did I even know? How did I know it was gonna fly away? It flew away. What happened? Paimon was worried sick, you know. It seems I was drawn into the Thunderbird's memories. The Thunderbird? The same one that destroyed Surimi Island? There's no way to establish that at the moment. We don't know if it actually did. If that's the case, it's just like Lady Sumida said, the will of the Thunderbird will resurface. In that case, the voice that we heard during the battle, it might have been the Thunderbird. Paimon's very curious now. It's almost like the Thunderbird was looking for someone. Still, that the fact that the... I don't even know where I got those words. Still, that feather sure did bring about some kind of reaction, huh? Yeah, I saw you take a strange feather earlier. Where did you get that? Well, this is how it went. Another black screen. You relate your adventure. So the feathers of the Thunderbird were the basis for the Mashiro and can summon spirits. I was told these legends by my grandfather as he taught me how to make those Mashiro. So you can make them, huh? Then couldn't you just have made one for Lady Sumida? Well, because Lady Sumida did not ask, but if I should have the chance to help her in the future, I will mention this matter. Still, what shall we do next? The direction in which the feather flew away doesn't quite match up with Oina or Otake. We haven't much time. Yeah, and Ryu said that things get real wild when the thunder starts coming down. Well, let's forget about the feathers whereabouts for now. We gotta get to the other spots where there's no thunder and look for Ryu there. Alright then, next stop, Oina Beach. As long as we can talk to him, there's hope. There's Mirai. There's no way I could have read that fast enough, so I just like stayed silent and read it with my eyes, because you can skim read much faster than you actually speak, so I just stood there and watched the words pass by. Of course, if I started doing commentary while trying to skim read, I probably would have missed the point. I kinda already missed the point even though I was just reading it as is. Oh, come on! That's unfair. That's bull hockey.
Hold the line.
I'm healing here. Leave me alone. Ugh.
Rest and rebuild. It's nothing.
Gosh, why am I attacking so slow all of a sudden?
Your life is mine. Give up.
I might as well deal with them. What? I missed. Come on, get up. Piece of doo-doo water. How do I even get that? Can I climb? Oh, yes, I can.
But a momentary distraction.
You know, thunder is not supposed to be here, and lightning. But I guess it's like specifically exactly right here.
Shine down. Hold the line.
More enemies.
Submit. Don't waste my time. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Oh, I should have waited for my Yorimiya ult. Oh well. What's done is done.
Shine down. Uplifted retreat. Rest and rebuild. Illusion shattered.
Still pretty good. Because even though I couldn't use it with Raiden, I was still able to use it with Ningguang. This feather's just like the last one. Touch the feather. I didn't learn from last time, so touch the feather. Don't worry, Paimon will watch over you. Oh, thank you, Paimon. I could barely read that in time. Well, reading and comprehending it, I mean. We chased the monsters away. Rem, you're back. I am. Better go bye. This one flew away too. It doesn't look like Rue's here either. The feather's target seems to have been the mountain at the center of the island. Kanna, do you know anything about that mountain? Mount Kanna? I was there where the Thunderbird reposed. That place is in fact a hollow cavern from which the Thunderbird would take off into the skies like a violet meteor that could be seen even through the fog. It was said by the people of Surimi Island that the Thunderbird dispersed that mysterious fog to protect the island. That's not what happened. So you're saying... You relate the memories that came to you when you touched the feather. That this fog wasn't created by the Thunderbird? Perhaps our ancestors were wrong. Well, that's understandable, considering that you can barely see the sun or the moon from down here. Maybe the Thunderbird's light was the only light they'd ever seen. Speaking of your ancestors... that's right, we saw someone who looked like an ancient version of you, Kanna. Here's what went down. You talk about Sayo and Kanna from earlier. And that's what happened. They seem to be pretty friendly with Rue. They may truly have been my ancestor. So, did the ancient Kanna meet Sayo after leaving Surimi Island? The records don't say anything about that. Well, where shall we go next? We'll keep looking for Rue, of course. Let's see... where the next spot is. That would be Autauquet Plains, I think. Yeah, we've been there before too. Well then, let's go. Let us be off. After these words. Actually, I could just run there while it goes. Although I'm looking at the words, so like, I might like run into a wall. Oh! You know, if you walk, you won't get hit by the lightning, I'm sure. Yeah. But it would take forever to get there. Oh, if you walk there, you get words. They speak. Or is it because I'm already here? Oh, there's a fog symbol here. That means you have to stay near these things. This is the last possible location. Rue! Rue, we're here to help. Rue! Rue! Oh, what's that weird noise? Yikes, monsters, be careful.
There is no
It's the ancestors! Destroy them! Destroy the ancestors! I don't even know if they are the ancestors, that's just what I'm assuming. For no particular reason other than instinct. My instinct could be wrong, but that's fine.
Your life is mine.
Destruction!
Fire hazard. Now you shall perish.
Where'd you go? There you are. Fear my power.
Hold the line. Give up.
Yes, I picked up a chicken leg in mid-battle. What of it?
Submit. Shine down. Fuse is lit.
Yeah. No need to dodge because of my shield. Rem, Paimon, didn't I tell you not to come here anymore? Hey, it's good to see that you're alright. But this place is super dangerous. There's thunder and lightning everywhere, and if you get struck by lightning, you'll get hurt. And I don't know why, but it looks like the storm's getting scarier than before. It must be because you hurt that perch. Why did you come back? Ooh. We brought Kanna to see you. Kanna? I'm back. Big brother Kanna, is that really you? Wait, are you an illusion too, Kanna? Oh, Lady Sumida told me to say this. Come on, this isn't the time for tricks. Oh, sorry. The Kanna you knew led a full life after leaving Surumi Island. His greatest regret was not being able to help you. I'm a descendant of his. Rem, Paimon, and I are here to help you. Descendant? Are you his son then? I'm afraid you're quite a few generations off. Wait, I don't get it. Descendants? Does that mean the big brother Kanna is no longer around? It's been a long time, you know. What happened to him after he left? I waited for so long until Surumi Island started looking like this, but he and big sister Sayo never returned. I've been so worried. Well, I do know a little about what happened to the Kanna you knew. If you'd like to listen, I could tell you. That'd be great. Oh. And then Paimon was a children translator. Aw, Paimon, you're doing such a good job for once. So many things happen in the outside world, huh? I never knew that the world beyond the fog was so big, or that it had so many people. Yeah, the unchanging nature of Surumi Island is the abnormal thing here. Yep, and that's why we're here to help. Help. But you destroyed the perches and made Kapatsu angry. If the ceremony goes smoothly and she accepts me and our sacrifice, then everything will be fine again. That might not actually be what the Thunderbird wants. But how would you know, Rem? You haven't met Kapatsu. She hasn't come back in a long time, so she must be angry. I can't say for sure, but... let's give it a try. There should be a feather. I want to heal first. Because I'm pretty sure it's a fight. Gosh, so much needs... I need so much help. Oh man, I don't have enough. The fact is, that big wolf guy, he did a lot of damage. Like an unfair amount of damage. Like, I think bleed goes to all characters, not just the one you're on. I guess shield is like a must need. And even then, you do need heals. So I guess my party works out in my favor. Oh hey, no battle. Okay, good. Touch the feather. What an interesting tune. Tell me, tiny human, do you not fear the lightning or the storm? Is this the first time I met Kapatsu? The adults in the village all said that children like me could calm the lightning and turn the storms into timely rain. Huh, this memory is clearer than before. Is that because Ryu's here? I was too embarrassed to sing in the village, so I came here to practice. Do you like it? Before you humans learned to make fire, the thundering storm had already swept across the ocean alongside me. With but a flap of my wings, purple lightning will tear through the clouds like serpents. My cry shakes the ocean depths and the heart of the earth. I have heard the song of the trees, the strains of the cloud and rain, and the melodies sung by the green flying dragon of the far north. The green flying dragon of the far north. Isn't that Venti's friend? What was his name? Dvalin? I have heard every trembling chorus of fox and rabbit and worm as it descended upon the land. I don't know if Dvalin is of the north. I really don't recall. It might be the south. I can't remember. It's been such a long time. But your song is special. It is different from that of a boar, the fish, and the Wen Kamui. Who's that? You're speaking all funny. I don't get it. I guess you like my song then. I do not know why. I only know that I have never heard it before. Well then I shall sing you another tune when you come again with thunder and rain. Your lives are fragile and puny. Perhaps you shall already have turned to dust before I remember this matter. But if you have not, then you shall sing for me again. Everything you say is so complicated. Oh yes, my name's Ryu. What's yours? Everyone in the village calls you Great Thunderbird. But you must have a name, right? A name? Well, that is, what should I call you? I mean, if I want to sing for you again and I call out to you, what shall I call out? I do not know. She gave me a name long ago, but I have forgotten it. I do not need such things, nor have any dared to summon me thusly. Well, how about this then? Grandpa Mata taught me a few words in the ancient script today. Let me try using them to give you a name. Oh, this should do. And I gave her the name Kanna Kapatsur. Let's name you Kanna Kapatsur then. Great Eagle of the Storm. Ridiculous. Still, it matters not to me. Well, it's decided then. I need to get back now, or the adults will worry. I'll definitely sing for you again. Perhaps I shall forget you immediately, Rue. Well, I won't forget. See you. Oh. Oh. Maybe Rue has to sing for the Thunderbird and everything will be all good. It flew away. No, really, Paimon. Flew off to Mount Kanna. Are those Kapitsur's memories? She always remembered you. Well, you did give her a name after all. She also remembered my promise to sing for her again. But if that's the case, why did everyone become like this? Why did the village become like this? Did we anger Kapitsur by not performing the ceremony correctly? I don't think that this was what the Thunderbird was mad about. I see. I understand now. More or less. Well then, I suppose our next stop is Mount Kanna. But that's sacred ground. We can't set foot there. And Rem, Paimon, you've already come around 3 times and yet things haven't gotten better. Well, you're the one who talked about the rule of 3. Good omens must occur 3 times for good fortune to truly descend. And you must forge past obstacles 3 times to succeed on the 4th. You know what? Paimon still thinks this should be called the rule of 4 instead. Maybe you're right, Paimon. True, you've already met with 3 difficulties, Rem, Paimon. Yeah, that we have. Alright, I believe you. And since Kama's descendant has also returned, this must mean that good things are in store for us. But if nothing good happens, I'll be very, very mad, you hear? Of course, let's go then. Oh, I think this is the last part. Guys, I'm not ready. Oh. Oh my god, that scared me. The lightning strikes haven't happened in a while, so that really got me. If I recall, this one, the entrance for this one, you have to go this way. Uh-oh. 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 No, no, no. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Oh, safe. Oh, that was scary close. Almost got lost in the fog again. I'm saving my dashes for like when the lightning's gonna hit, so I can like dash around and stuff. Can't trust these things. Wait, isn't it this way? I'm so lost. Do I have to go up there? I thought there was an entrance. Was there not an entrance? Hey, what's up, guys?
Illusion shattered. Time for a light show.
Attack of the doggos.
Shine down. Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Aha, we got them. We got them, boys. Okay, yo, I'm just gonna climb this because, I can't find the entrance. I could have sworn there was an entrance, but I guess not. We're just gonna climb the mountain and hope we don't get struck by lightning while climbing. Because that would absolutely suck. But then again, since we're moving slowly, I doubt we would get struck by the lightning. Gotta get that food buff as well, so we can climb just a little faster. Especially on these parts right here. Because you can get stuck if you climb that slowly. The tiny divot there, like, they've never fixed it, but like, because of that divot, sometimes if you don't do the little space jump, you end up actually trying to go inside the divot instead, and then you just like bonking your head on the wall or the ceiling. Let's see. Can I hit the trees? Yes, give me that construction material for my furnishing. I need to make the new place in the Serena teapot. That's gonna be super exciting. Oh my gosh, I'm too tall. Change character. Oh, I'm still too tall. Yeah. Here we go. I think we go down the mid. Yep, here we go.
Here comes the fireworks. Allow me. Covenant of the deep.
Attack! Yeah, how's that for damage? Taste the power of water. Goldfish in water. Oh gosh. The floor lightning hurts. Where'd it go? This way?
Give up. Submit.
Dash forward into my shield so I get that damage boost, hit the shield again, then use my charge, and then it's over. Cool. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Provisions are vital. Hold the line.
Might as well heal a little bit. Investigate the altar. Alright. Huh, another monster. Oh no! I hate this one.
Illusion shattered.
There's like no opening. Okay, here we go.
Don't waste my time. It's nothing.
Ah!
Time for a light show.
Wow, I'm glad I have Oina on the team.
A mystic retreat. Shine down.
Ah, wrong move.
Torrent, bring refuge. Rest and rebuild.
Hit them with water. Wait, is this...
Don't waste my
It's
time.
talking to us.
It's nothing. There is no escape. Your life is mine. Hold the line.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Well, as long as we have the Geo Shield, we should be fine. I mean, not Geo Shield, Electro Shield. The only problem though is I have someone on the team that cannot deal with Electro. Raiden becoming useless. Can't even read the words on the bottom. It's going so fast.
Uphill battle. Illusion shatter.
I think it does help though to still use the Raiden thing when it hits immune because it lets me use my reaction faster, I believe. For my flame. Where'd you go? Gosh, you keep moving.
Don't waste my time.
This is a real boss battle right here. This is how fights should be.
Fuse is lit.
Aha, it's over. Oh, that's finally over with. Oh, Paimon really broke a sweat back there. Uh-huh, and you were doing the fighting, huh? Oh, come on, Paimon's palms were getting all clammy watching you fight. Wow, I saw everything. That was so cool, Rem. So cool. Ah, thank you. You truly were impressive. That was very eye-opening. Paimon's still concerned about something. Why would there be this sort of monster here? We fought one before back on Amakumo Peak. Yeah, Paimon remembers that one too, but we seem to be forgetting something important. The feather? Oh, that's right. What's this got to do with feathers? So earlier, we took a commission from the Adventurers Guild and went to Serai Island to investigate. A talking cat? Wow, a talking cat? Really? That's not the main point. So while we were investigating Amakumo Peak, we defeated a monster just like this one, and after which we got this special feather. Oh, so that's where you got your Thunderbird feather, Rem. That means that the Thunder manifestations that appeared here in the Amakumo Peak must have something to do with the Thunderbird. If Sumida were here, she'd say something like, "This plot is getting too complicated." No, this sounds like good foreshadowing material. Huh, funny. You don't look like you found it funny, Kama. No, I did find it quite amusing. Still, Paimon thinks that we got a good picture of what's going on now, eh? Almost, but... True, we should go confirm our suspicions anyway. That said, Paimon thinks we more or less got it already. Well then, let's use the Thunderbird feather. Alright. Let me just heal real quick. And Kabuyakasha! Touch the feather. Since you have allowed this one and only song to flow in blood into this earth, then until I, Kanna Kapatsur, hear that human Rue's song once more, may this land fall under an eternal catastrophe. Oh, so that's what happened. Oh, that's, yeah, so like, she's angry that they sacrificed Rue to her, when all she really wanted was him to be alive, happy and well, and to listen to his song. But because that's not a thing that can ever happen again, they made the land into a catastrophe forever. It's as I thought. I never say that, so words are foreign to my mouth. Huh, so that's what happened. And here I thought... I thought Kapatsur had forgotten about all this. I thought this happened because she didn't approve of the ceremony because she didn't like me. You said that she was your friend. Friends don't forget their friend's word that easily. She's been waiting for you to sing for her all this time. Yes, you're right. I did tell her that I would sing for her. But I haven't seen her in an awful long time now. Should we tell him, you know, that the Thunderbird was killed on Serai Island? How should we put this? Saru, the Thunderbird has... Migrated to Sarai Island. Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't we tell you before that we saw this huge storm cloud in a shattered mountain on Sarai Island? That's where the Thunderbird lives now, you know? We wanted to go up to the Amakomo Peak to see the awesome face of the great Thunderbird, but the Thunderbird was super busy. That's right, and she had lots of baby Thunderbirds too. They're all up in the clouds right now, though. And they don't come down much. Baby Thunderbirds? So there's this vortex-like storm cloud over Sarai Island. Yeah, that's formed by Kapitzer and the little Thunderbirds as they play and fly in circles. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I never seen it with my own eyes, but it already sounds unbelievably amazing. Kapatsu must have must have been even mightier than I imagined. And we did say before that we go outside on adventures together, didn't we? Yes, I remember. You did say that we'd go see other places, Rem. Wanna go singing for Kapatsu? Even if she's busy, you can't see her. Wow, could I really? Of course you can. Yep, we had an agreement, remember? Rem's not one to go back on his word. Awesome. I tried leaving Surmi Island before, and I always end up back here again. Huh, that's a bit of a problem. Huh, there has to be a way. Let's discuss the matter. Paimon would like to ask Kama some things as well. Hang on, Ryu. Huh? Alright. Kama! What is it? Were you about to say that the Thunderbird is dead or something? What? No, I was going to talk about a story that Lady Sumida told me. Who do you take me for, seriously? How could I tell a child like Ryu such a thing? Come on, Paimon, have a little faith. Paimon was just, well... Enough already. So about getting Ryu off Surumi Island. He says he can't leave this place. Perhaps Surumi Island sustains his existence in some way. If that's the case, from what we learned so far, the strange happenings on Surumi Island were caused by the Thunderbird destroying it. It feels like we can follow this line of reasoning to find a solution. We could use the Thunderbird's feather. Ah, Island gets what you're trying to say, Rem. If the state of the Surumi Island now is due to leyline disorders caused by the Thunderbird's power, then this feather, which has the same power, might be able to sustain Ryu's existence. Are we on the same page? Yes. Very clever, Paimon. Of course. You know what? I think you get along with Lady Sumida just fine. Huh. Paimon's not sure if you're complimenting us or... She told me a story once about a god of fertility who dwelt within the wheat fields and who would travel afar with humans. Paimon doesn't want to be mean or anything, but you're picking up her habit of going off topic, Kama. Well, whatever the case, since we decided what to do, let's give it a try. It's better than nothing after all. Agreed. Well, if you don't mind, I shan't accompany you on this particular trip. I'd like to take this opportunity to have a look at the place where my ancestors once stayed. But it's storming outside. I know, I'll be fine, don't worry. I mean, we live in Inazuma. Stormy days are our bread and butter. True. Very true. They've lived through the lightning. You're back. Ready to go? Yep, anytime. Well then, touch this Thunderbird feather first. For good luck? Sure. Da-da-da! Go to Sarai Island. That's quite a distance, so we're just gonna wait for the text. Okay, text done. Let's go. Whee! I wasn't expecting it to be connected with the cat. Electro Archon territory. So up there, that's... Yeah, up there. All the way up there. That's Amakumo Peak. That's right, the Thunderbird's Kapetsu is up there in the sky. She's a little busy and can't come down to hear you sing, but if you do, Paimon's sure she'll hear you. Mm-hmm. Ma'am, Paimon. Actually, I know all about it. Or I should say, I guessed what happened to Kapetsu and to me. Oh. Well, Rue, No, it's alright. I'm so glad I got to know you. I mean, you even got me off Surimi Island to see the world outside. I could never have imagined that I could do this in the past. You're both really awesome. The clouds in the sky, the super special grass and rocks up in the air. These are all Kapetsu's doing, right? She's so cool too. Even the air smells different. I mean, I'm not used to it, but it's amazing. Well then, the weather's not the same anymore, but I've come to sing you a song, Kapatsu. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. The heartfelt music and everything. That really got me, guys. That really got me. Oh man. I need to wipe the tears, I'm sorry. Oh man, I hope they make a full song of that. I would love that. A lullaby like that. Okay. Okay, back to the story. Oh, I sure haven't sung in a long time. That was great. I'm sure Kapitzer heard me too. I'm sure she did. Let's head back then. I'd like to send this feather back to Kapatzer's home. Oh, whew, jeez. The music went back. I'm a little sad that there's no teleport point here. There has to be a fast way to get in there. I don't have to climb, right? There must have been another way in, and I'm just blind. Has to be towards the ceremony, right? I feel like there is a way. Through here. It's really hard to tell. Is there even an entrance? I refuse to believe you have to climb this each time. I should have checked the way out. I feel like there was a way out and I just missed it. Man. Well, time to do this again. I can't tell from the map. Man, that really got me. That got me good, guys. The singing. This was a good one. This is a good story. I like this one. You know how I gave like the Cat Shrine one like a what, a 6 out of 10? I give this one a 9 out of 10. I don't know what they could exactly improve on, but I don't want to give them a 10 out of 10 just for the fact that there's always room for improvement, you know? So this is like a hard 9.5 out of 10. Let's see, was there a way out? I'm looking around. There is, it's over there. So it's like directly south. Okay, that's good to know for the future, when I start having to explore this place. Oh, how strange. I've only been away for a while, but it seems like it's been ages. I'm back, and so is Kapatsu. Oh, it's back. The tree is back. Yay. Everything's all colorful and pretty. So beautiful. If only I could have seen such sights together with everyone. But I'm happy just to be able to do it with you two. Still, the world beyond the fog is amazing. I never knew the sky was so high up or so large. I wonder what the places Kama went to were like. We can go see those places. That's right, the outside world is a really big place. We met lots of interesting and nice people along the way too. You'll hit it off with them in no time. There's loads and loads of awesome food too. Sweet madams, almond tofu, sticky honey roast. Oh, sweet madams sound like they'll be great. That's right. We've had a ton of those in our journey, haven't we, Rem? Oh yeah, we also met a certain tone-deaf bard during our journey. He loves music too. I'm unsure you two would be best of friends. Maybe you'll even perform together in Mondstadt City Square. And we can take you on adventures. Rem's a real ace at that, and we'll go to all sorts of places, like the super high up Wangshu Inn. There's also the Grand Narukami Shrine, which is way up high too. And there's a big tree that looks like a kitsune. And we can go to Sengo no Miya Shrine on Watatsumi Island. That place looks like something out of a dream. Yep, I know, and I'd love to follow you all outside as well. Oh. Thank you, Rem. Paimon. It's all thanks to you I was able to fulfill my promise with Kapatsu. And I guess everyone doesn't look all weird anymore. I'm sorry. I thought you'd broken the purchase and I blamed you for that, even though you're both good people. It's alright. We've been on lots of adventures and got ourselves into a ton of misunderstandings. Don't take it to heart. And even if you don't want to travel with us, we got friends who take care of you. We know a young lady of your age in Mondstadt's Night of Euphonius. Oh, Klee. I think she's talking about Klee. So please leave Surumi Island with us, Ryu. When we went to Serai Island to sing for Kapitsu, I could feel that a piece of me was in that feather. That's why I'd like you to take that feather of hers on your travels. This way I can travel with the two of you as well. We'll even bring Kapatsu with us too. We'll go see the outside world and we'll hear the songs that they have to sing. But, Paimon. Yep, you don't have to worry about me. It was great going outside, but it was real tiring too. I'd like to rest for a bit. You can go ahead first. Oh, that's right. Could you please thank Big Brother Kama for me? We will. See you around. Yep, let's meet again. We'll definitely meet again. Oh. Oh no. Now we have the feather. The true feather. Rue, everything's better now, and it's all thanks to you two. I'm truly blessed to have had the chance to call you both my friends. I wish I could have joined you on your journey, but I'm really tired right now. I need to sleep. So please go on ahead. I'll just be resting here for a while. We'll meet again someday for sure. Oh, I want a picture, Rue. Can we have a picture together? Just you and the Traveler. Where is the Traveler? Oh, there he is.
Just what will we come?
I'd like a picture together. For memory. Ugh. His happy face is not so good. Nah, stop doing that, Ether. I don't know, I don't like that one. I kind of want, like... Yeah, a sideways one where he's looking out at something. I want a flat picture, though. There we go. I need Ether to look at the camera. Oh, he can't even see it, even from this distance. There's something wrong with these angles, and it's really getting to me. I'm sorry, guys. I need this. And it... Come on. This will be the thumbnail. There we go. Hey, we finally got it. Nice. So we talked to Rue. Now we need to talk to I saw Kama, but he disappeared. Oh man, I should have talked to Kama first, but now he's gone.
Understood.
I don't see him. He was over here, but now he's not. Dang it. I really should have... Man. But like the moment I landed, it went to that scene. Darn, that's really too bad. I would have liked to have seen what he'd say. If he even said anything, truth be told. Alright, back to Sumida to finish our commission. Have you guys talked to Kama during that part? If so, let me know what he said. I'd very much like to know. Oh, I like that effect. Whoa. Distortion. You know what? This story is even more bizarre than the plot of the Chronicles of the Sea of Fog working title. Also, stop calling me Lady this and Lady that already. You're an important friend of mine. Understood, Lady Sumida. Oh, come on. Shall you call you a pedant for the ages or what? Hello there. Oh my, it's the legendary Rem. And Paimon's the legendary Paimon. Huh, funny. Shouldn't she make some sort of retort at this juncture? This feels like we're departing from her character profile somehow. Character profile? Basically, that's what we call a combination of image traits and history. Characters must adhere to the behavior prescribed in their profiles, or they will seem, well, out of character. You know, people are not machines. You can't just label someone and expect them to never do something else. What do you know about their lives, huh? Sumida? What are you, a teenage angsty student? Sorry. Yeah, you better be sorry. Got on my nerves. Urgh. So, what about Rue? Rue says he's thankful to you. Is that so? I see. Wait, what happened? Why am I the only person who seems out of the loop here? Never mind. Let's not stand around here. A change of scenery is in order, I think. How about, hear me out, Kiminami Restaurant? Sure, I'll pay. consider this treat courtesy of a future contracted writer with the Yai Publishing House and winner of this novel's amazing grand prize. Oh my goodness, that was hard to say. Anna. Haven't tried Anna's cooking in a while. Do people say Anna? I always call her Anna. I think it's Anna though, because it's two N's, right? That means Anna. Anna is A-N-A, while Anna is A-N-N-A. I don't know. That poor cat. Oh, there it is. Garfield, hey! Well, anything you want to eat. Don't be shy now. You too, Kama. As for me, I'll start with a tri-flavored skewer. Actually, I kinda like this. This might actually be the thumbnail. Wait, I'm trying to see this. Would this work? Just take Kama out of the photo. Yeah, we're gonna take Kama out of the photo. The other one's gonna be just kept for memory purposes. Tri-colored flavor thingamajiggy. Thank you, Miss Sumida. It's no problem. I've been troubling you all this time after all. The commission has been successfully completed. Indeed, I'd say the results far surpass my expectations. I'd only wanted to get one Mashiro at first to use as reference for my writing, but thanks to your perseverance, I not only got that, but also the story of the Sea of Fog and the millennia spanning way of a young lad on Surimi Island. If my writing was better, this story would win me this novel's amazing grand prize for sure. But Kama's also changed quite a bit. I'd say these are all far more important than the completion of the Chronicles of the Sea of Fog working title. Yeah, we've also met some important friends. We didn't have a chance to travel with Ryu, but like he said, we'll definitely meet again. Don't worry, Paimon. He'll keep his word. Yeah, Paimon's sure he will. After all, he waited for so long just to keep his other promise. Well then, Miss Sumida, when will we get to read the Chronicles of the Sea of Fog? Well, I decided to stop writing it for now. Wait, what? But we worked so hard to... Oh no, it's not an issue with you. Please don't misunderstand. I wish to go traveling next. To gather more reference material? I learned something very important during this commission. In the years prior to this, I lived only to create and write. I learned fishing from Kujirai to write about a character who fishes for a living. His character profile was that of a masterful warrior who secluded himself in a fishing village and lived a peaceful life there until... Ah, right, sorry. I almost went off topic again. So, in order to better describe parties conducting illicit activities under a fictional national lockdown, Kama and I created a smuggling network that bypassed the Outlander Affairs Agency. Wow. That's actually very impressive. Well, it was mostly Kama's doing, and we discarded that work due to a writing bottleneck, which eventually resulted in the collapse of the network. Huh. I've always been like this. I stopped fishing because I stopped writing the fisherman character. I went to apprentice at the Grand Naokame Shrine because I wanted to write about a shrine maiden's work. But I understand now that I cannot just live, learn, and travel and adventure for the sake of writing novels. I must live, learn, travel, adventure, and extract stories from there from which I shall write novels. Kama was not born as the last son of the Surimi Island for the sake of a story, nor did Rue stay in the Sea of Fog for so many years to be featured in a tale. And that's not why the two of you adventure travel either, right? When I heard Miss Catherine describe your adventures, I thought to myself that you're just like the main character Kino in Kino's travels, and her companion Hermos, The only difference is that no one has written your story. You are the story itself. A pair of outlanders who don't quite fit in anywhere, whose names are Rem and Paimon. They stride across many strange lands and meet all sorts of people. They are drawn into all kinds of wicked plots and all manner of cruel wars, and each of their adventures shall coalesce into shining gold. As Paimon has mentioned before, such a blurb would definitely suit you two. Such a blurb. As such, aside from asking you two to help me gather reference material, I also wanted to understand you more, so that I might find the seeds of the story in the future. And I think I found it. The seeds of a story are to be found in life and one's travels, and not in the character profiles, flowcharts, setting maps, and definitely not in things that you learn just to learn how to write them. As such, I decided to stop writing and start traveling. Until the time comes when the story begins to sprout, and then I'll have an easy win in this novel's amazing competition and become the writer contracted by Yai Publishing House. Oh my goodness. Everything loops all back around, doesn't it? Kama, will you come with me? We don't know where we're going, nor do we know when we'll return to Inazuma. We might even encounter many dangers. But that's exactly why I'd like you to stay by my side. Of course, it's fine if you're not willing. I mean, everyone has their own life story to tell, to lead. Own life to lead. Story. Tell. I don't know how you're supposed to read those tiny words, but I think you're supposed to read it as, I mean, everyone has their own life to lead, and life as in their own story, and then lead as in to tell their own tale of it. I think it's purposely meant like that. So like there's like a double meaning, and I think that's why it shows like that. I'm not too sure. I don't know if that's just like a writing thing, or was that, I don't know what's going on with that. But I'd like to assume the best. I don't mind. No, that's not right. I'm more than willing. Let me come with you. Kama's really changed. They want to... No, I'm not gonna say that. That's great. Then let's be off. So suddenly? Well, a real journey is one that's full of pleasant surprises and little accidents, right? This might be a bit too surprising, but still, please take care of yourselves. No worries, I'm sure we'll be alright, no matter what happens as long as Kama's around. Thank you, goodbye. If we should meet again, then let us do where the sunset meets the sea. Then, I'll be if your soul, which shines so clearly like a diamond, has had any dust laid upon it or not. Huh? It's a famous closing line of The Vagabond Novice, Yamabuki Iro no Harutan. Well then, Rem, Paimon, let's part ways here. Oh, it's over. It's over. That was really good though, I really like that. It's a good story. That's super awesome. I don't know if there's gonna be another part. I don't think there is going to be. I'm pretty sure that's it, right guys? Just like how they were saying on the thingy, 3 times and then the 4th is the success. So I'm thinking that's the end. Wow, I really liked it. I enjoyed it so much. I want more stories like that. And the time gate this time felt good compared to the Access Shrine one, which kind of sucked. As in it really sucked. But my inner shrimp for Genshin prevents me from actually saying that. Alright, guys, thank you for putting up with me, and I'll see you guys next time for more Genshin Impact, yeah? Peace.